And what I can't get over as I was breaking down his film, not just last night and a couple days ago getting ready for this video, but last year when I was watching him as a junior, watching some of those highlights and even looking at his sophomore highlights, is the accuracy. But I know what you're sitting there saying, Matt. I want to see why you're labeling this guy as the next Bryce Young. I want to see a Bryce Young play. And check this out. This is about as Bryce Youngish, I guess you shall say, as it gets. Does a Houdini act to escape out of the pocket, runs back up in the pocket, and ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Hope each and every single one of you are having a great winter break, great Christmas break, and if not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. I, for one, am extremely excited because we're getting closer and closer and closer to the college football playoff games, but I tell you what, I'm looking forward to that Florida State game and Georgia game. Well, it's the same game, but you get what I'm trying to say. The Florida State-Georgia game. I can't wait to watch that game, and also, I want to see what happens in that Missouri-Ohio State game. And for everybody asking me this on Twitter, Instagram, and in the comment section, I'll be doing the previews relatively soon for all the games. I didn't want to do a preview when the bowl games just got announced, because what's the point of doing a preview 3 weeks before the game? You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to get hyped up for a game when it's 3 weeks out, but when it's a week out, oh yeah, that's when you start talking about it. That is a video for a different day, but I do want to give you an update on that, so be on the lookout for those videos. In today's video, though, we got to talk about Alabama's new quarterback, and Saban cannot stop raving about this guy, and I understand why. I've been keeping up with this guy for the past year or so. I've been hyping him up, and we've spoken about him briefly a little bit. And here's what's got me really excited about all of this. This young man, this 5-star recruit, he's supposed to be in high school, but you know what he's doing? He's helping Alabama prepare for Michigan. We got to talk about that, but also, we got to talk about this. It looks like there's 2 teams to watch out for in the Damani Jackson race, and if you don't know who Damani Jackson is, he's a former 5-star recruit defensive back that is leaving USC. He's in the portal. And oh yeah, by the way, I've been forgetting to say this in the past couple of videos, but we're trying to hit 310,000 subscribers before the new year, and we are super close. I'm telling you right now, if every single one of you watching this video subscribe that isn't already subscribed, we'd hit it. So consider subscribing and helping us get a little bit closer. But all right, Matt, blah, blah, shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first things first, I got to bring this up because, well, it's trending, got over 1 million views, and a couple people sent it to me. I'm going to bring up a name, and it should scratch a memory in the back part of your brain. Casey Thompson. That name to many of you should ring a bell. Why should it ring a bell? Because he's been playing college football for dang near 10 years. He played at Nebraska, he played at Texas, and most recently he played at Florida Atlantic, but he was hurt. And guess what happened? He has entered the portal, and no matter where he goes, he will be playing in his 7th season of college football next year. You see it right here, and you know what? I'll just leave it up to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Well, I got a stats pulled up right here, so I am kind of confused because there's only 5 seasons here. 3 at Texas, 1 with Nebraska, 1 with FAU, but still, you get the point. This dude, they've been playing forever. However long he's been playing, it doesn't matter. To me, at least, it feels like this dude was playing at Texas forever ago. I don't know where he's going to wind up going, but moving along here to our second topic, check this out. Mr. Damani Jackson, like I said in the intro, former 5-star recruit, and you can bet your best bet every school in the country is going to be calling this guy. But according to this report, at least, it looks like 2 teams have emerged, and those are no other than Alabama and Michigan. I, for one, would love for him to come to Alabama because I think if you want to get developed as a defensive back, why not go to defensive back university? Alabama is DBU, at least in my eyes, and I know some LSU fans are going to have something to say about that, and hey, I'll hear you out. I'll even say LSU and Alabama are 1A, 1B. It's pick your poison. Michigan wouldn't be too bad of a choice either because we know this. They're a great defensive team. We'll see where he winds up going. I did watch some tape on this guy, and I think he's about a year away. I think he needs to get developed a little bit more. I think he's got a ton of talent and potential. I just don't think he's tapped into it quite just yet. Keep your eyes on that. But moving along here to the main topic of the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video, what's going on with this new Alabama quarterback? Well, first things first, let me introduce you to no other than Julian Sayin, and I already made a video on this guy in the offseason. And in that video, I compared him to no other than the Alabama legend himself, Bryce Young. And I will stand 10 toes down on that comparison. I still believe Julian Sayin is the next Bryce Young. They have similar play styles, and also they're from the West Coast. It almost feels like deja vu to me when I'm breaking down this new Alabama quarterback's film and comparing it to Bryce Young. I'll put it to you like this. If he doesn't wind up being a star at Alabama, I'd be shocked. And I don't hype up high school recruits' numbers because they're playing up against future DoorDash drivers and insurance salesmen. But Julian Sayin, if you want some perspective and context, in his senior year that just wrapped up, had 24 touchdowns to only 1, count them, 1 INT. And he also completed a very impressive 76% of his passes. But you want to know what's most impressive about his game to me is number 1, how he reads defenses. Number 2, how effortless the game looks to him. Let me start out by showing you this right here. So his team has the ball right around the 30, and he's going to throw this ball at about, we'll just say the 35. It looks like he barely flicked it, and it went perfectly in the back right corner of the end zone. And I get it, it's high school competition, but yet again, take a look at this next one. Look at the precision, the accuracy. He's throwing darts out there in tiny windows. These aren't your typical wide open passes you normally see in high school football. This one right here, yeah, it was open over the middle, but look at the zip. Boom! Just look at the zip on his passes. I know it seems like I'm overhyping this guy and I'm hyping him up a ton, but I love everything about his game. But I know what you're sitting there saying, Matt. I want to see why you're labeling this guy as the next Bryce Young. I want to see a Bryce Young play. And check this out. This is about as Bryce Youngish, I guess you shall say, as it gets. Does a Houdini act to escape out of the pocket, runs back up in the pocket, and it's just Bryce Young-like. And it almost looks like same thing with Bryce Young. I know I'm comparing him a lot here, but it seems like he's running in slow motion almost, but he's really not. He's a better athlete than what people are going to give him credit for. I wouldn't label him as a dual threat quarterback like Jalen Milroe, but he's more than capable of scrambling when he needs to. I love this pass I'm going to show you right here. This is an NFL caliber of a throw. Look at the zip on this pass. Boom! In that tiny window, hit him perfectly between the numbers. And then this next play is where it just gets absolutely ridiculous. Rolling out to his left. Perfect dime to his left. That's hard for a right-handed quarterback, and he makes it look so easy. Want to see a little deep ball action? Okay, here's a little nice little 50-yard pass. Yet again, not wide open. Only one place to put it. Boom. Right at the hands of the receiver. Didn't have to lunge out forward. It was right there. And believe me when I say this, I could sit up here for the next 20 minutes and break down each and every single play, but I think you get the point, and you don't want to see me do that because you can see it for yourself. The dude's unreal. It's so rare, and I'll continue to show you some highlights in the background here as I'm talking, to see a quarterback look this good and this polished already in high school. And what I can't get over as I was breaking down his film, not just last night and a couple days ago getting ready for this video, but last year when I was watching him as a junior, watching some of those highlights and even looking at his sophomore highlights, is the accuracy. And what that tells me is this young man, Julian Sayin, is ready for SEC ball. Because you know this, when you're playing up against teams like Georgia and whoever else in the SEC, Texas and Oklahoma coming in, your pass has got to be precise. You are going to have a small window on every single play almost. And he is what I love in a quarterback. I don't want a gunslinger playing for my team in Alabama. I don't want that. That's not our style. We want a quarterback who can make great plays but also manage the game. And I know everybody looks down on the phrase game manager, but at times you got to manage the game. I'd rather have a guy like Julian Sayin throw for 24 touchdowns and 2 interceptions than a guy who throws for 40 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. At Alabama, we need you to take care of the ball, get the ball to our best players, and the rest will take care of itself. When does Alabama become very beatable? Whenever we turn the ball over. That's it. If Alabama doesn't turn the ball over, it is rare, I mean astronomically rare, for them to lose a game. I can't tell you enough how excited I am for Julian Sayin to start playing football. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to show you this. This is another main reason I was making this video. That's on me, but check out what Jalen Milroe had to say about him. He spins the ball really well. I'm just appreciative to have another brother in the room. He's done a really good job practicing, and he's a good dude. I love to hear those words from our leader in Jalen Milroe talking about a young guy like Julian Sayin. That's what you love to hear. But more importantly, what's impressed me is Julian Sayin is already practicing with Alabama. Is he playing the role of J.J. McCarthy in some of the practices? I have no idea because I haven't talked to any of my sources down in T-Town. Maybe he is. I probably need to send a text or two. But it really doesn't matter because you can't simulate J.J. McCarthy, and I don't even think they necessarily have similar play styles. I'm curious. You let me know in the comment section. What do you think about Julian Sayin? Hey, I showed you some of the highlights. You think he's going to live up to the hype? You think he's going to be a bust? I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.